Alright, hello guys. I am here back again with my scooter. I'm just gonna do some tricks off this little ramp here. It's raining out today, so I was like, I want to still get a good session, and yeah, didn't want to go out in the rain, so I got a little ramp here, some flat area. I'm gonna see what we can do, right? Let's get right into it. Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a couple tricks. Now remember, I'm not a pro, and the tricks I'm doing are not pro tricks. Today we're going to be learning a whip, we're going to be learning a 180, and we're going to be learning a 360. And maybe a couple other things if, I'm feeling it. So, first thing you're going to want to do with a whip is you're going to want to pull up on your bars and then push forward into a J-hop so you get height. And some people kick it like that. Some people will go like this. If they're standing here like this, if they stand like this, or here, I'll show you on a ramp. If they stand on it like this, with their feet like this, I ride like this, ski. But sometimes I ride like this. They'll kick it with their back foot like that. Now then, the main thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do this. You're going to want to learn how to spin it. If you can learn how to do this, you're on your way to doing a whip. Now then, the way that you spin it best is you bring it up, you put it to one side like this, pretty much in like a 45-degree angle, and then you bring it back to flat. That'll bring it there. Then if you bring it down again, it'll bring it over there. And if you bring it back up, it'll bring it back to you. So down, straight, side, back. Okay? So now if you try it, if you go the opposite way, obviously it's going to be the opposite way. Now, when you get it spinning, all you're really going to want to do is just go side to side like this. You'll see me do that. If you can get it spinning that fast, you can land doubles easily. I can land triples and I spin it just that fast. So, what we're going to learn is we're going to learn a whip. First, we're going to do it off this bank. Then we'll do it flat. Okay? So if you saw there, I spun it. I didn't kick it. I spun it with my bars only. I just gave it a spin with my bars. If you want, you can still kick it and spin it with your bars. It's whatever you prefer. But me, I just spin it with my bars, and then I landed it both feet on the deck. You don't want to land heels on the ground like this or toes like that. You want to land perfectly in the center of your deck. I'll show you one more time. So, as soon as you get that, keep practicing. If you want, just spin it like this in your garage like I do, and eventually you'll get it really fast like that. The next tip that I have is to keep it under you. Every time you jump off the ramp, keep your scooter under you so I can do that rotation under you. Now then, saying that, if you're practicing spinning it, put your arms as far away from your body as you can so you don't hit yourself. Make sure it's always an arm's length away and you're set. Normally, you won't hit yourself unless you start going like this or if it comes close like that or something, but normally you won't hit yourself. Next, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you flat, just so that you guys can understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump, pull up, and I'm going to flick it. Most probably with my bars, not with my foot. But that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so this is what a whip flat is going to look like for all the people out there that want to know what a whip looks like and how it is formed. Now, as you saw, what I did is I jumped and I spun it with my bars. If you look, my feet don't flip the deck like that. They don't go and flick it. Okay? You just jump and use your bars. If you can learn how to just use your bars, it's 10 times easier to start to learn doubles, because then you're already in that motion of a single without your bars, and then you can also kick it and use your bars to get that really fast spin. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a whip and catch it midair. We're going to do it off the bank. So with a whip catch, what you're going to want to do is you're going to open your legs like you're doing a no-footer. You're going to spin it, and you're going to put your foot on it before it hits the ground. It's hard to do. Suggest doing it slow first, or just practicing. Just do this. Just stand here, flick it out, and then put it down on the ground. You'll get used to it. Do it out of a fly out, like a bowl or something. You'll get used to it. Normally you don't catch it flat because it's just, you don't have much time and you're spinning it really fast. But I'll show you off this bank so you guys can see. So now then, as you guys saw there, what I did is I flicked it around, caught it with my foot, and then what I did is I brought my other foot up to the deck. Pretty much it's like a guiding. You catch it around here, and you bring it to yourself. It's not easy to do, but it's really fun and cool looking when you land it. Next, we're going to learn 180s. I'll show you that now. Now then, as you saw with that, all I did is I jumped off the ramp. I jumped off right at the beginning, like right where it ends. Your front wheel pretty much wants to touch the edge of the coping. And then you're going to spin, you're going to land, and then you're going to 180 out. Now then, you don't have to 180 out. The 180 out is if you're doing a half cab, okay? So you can just 180 off, and that's 180. If you want to do the half cab, you just 180, then 180 again. Now I'm going to show you how to do it flat. And then I'll explain more about it. As you saw there, all I did was I jumped, I put my body straight like a pencil, and I turned my head. That's all I did. I'll show you again. As you saw there, all I'm doing is I'm going up, pushing up with my bars, and I'm turning my head a little bit, and then like throwing my shoulder. All right? If you learn how to do that, if you learn how to throw your shoulder and get it into a jump, you'll get it. Also, if you want to make it look cool, you can do that J-hop that we learned earlier, which is you just J-hop like that. See how I go up and then forward? If you put that into a 180, it'll look something like this, which is pretty cool. So as you saw there, all I did was I brought it up while I was 180. It's pretty cool. It's fun to do. But yeah, that's pretty much how you 180. You just go straight on your deck, push down with your feet so that you can really get straight, and then just spin. Just turn your head and throw your shoulder. And eventually you'll spin and you'll land it. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is 360s. For me, 360s are easiest flat, but I'll show both. I'll show it off the bank and I'll show it flat. I'll go flat first. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to ride, do the same thing as the 360, except you're going to want to keep your head turned all the way around. And you really want to throw it hard on this one. You don't have to jump very high, you just have to throw it really hard. I'll show you. Now then, as you saw, what I did in the beginning is I went like this. If you look at my front wheel, this is what I did. I went straight, then I turned away, then I turned into the jump. It's the same thing I did with the 180. You don't have to do it with the 180, but I go like this, and then I flick it up. So pretty much it's like a snake. You just turn one way, and it turns the other way, and then you just jump while you're turning. And then you'll get that really fast momentum. And that is pretty much how you do a 360. It's nothing hard. You just jump, throw your shoulder again, spin your head. First, obviously, get the 180, then get the 360, and you'll be perfect. Now, I'll show you the 360 off of this, how that goes. Now, as you saw there, all I did was I pulled off and I spun around. I just threw my shoulder. That's all that you have to do, and I promise you, you'll get it every time. It's super easy off a bank, but again, for some people it's easier flat just because they get scared or whatever. You don't need a lot of speed to do any of these tricks. All these tricks I can do while just standing on my scooter. I don't have to actually be moving or anything. It's easier to move, obviously, but you don't have to. Next, I want to teach you guys is something called a salad. So what a salad is you're using a box or a ramp, and you're not letting this front wheel right here, you're not letting it touch. You're not going to let it touch the ramp. If you keep it off, then you push back and jump off, and then you 180 again. That's called a salad. Now then, the best way to do that is to get on, kind of stable yourself out. It's pretty easy to not keep that front wheel on. And then you jump back, and then you jump out of it. Now then, the hardest part, I feel, is getting onto it, because you know, if it's something like this big or something, you're going to be a bit scared because you have to jump really high and then get off of it. Now then, something like this isn't that hard. You should be able to get it pretty easily. You just jump on, salad, jump off. It's really easy, very simple trick, but it's fun. It's fun to do. It's also something you can do is you can go on, you can put your front wheel down, and then you can stay there. That's not a salad, that's just pretty much a stall. And then you push back, and you 180 off. That's pretty much a stall to 180. Now then, what you're going to want to do with a salad is learn how to balance. Learn how to ride up, balance, get off, and 180. Remember, you're going to need to learn that 180 from earlier. If you learned that by now, you should be able to balance yourself on something, and then you're going to push off, and then you're going to 180 again. If you can get that, it's honestly a really cool trick, and I love it. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do 180 stall, which is this. You're going to 180 into the stall, like this, and then you're going to 180 back into the bank. It's fun to do, and it's also pretty easy to do. I'll show you. For this, you can use your heels just for balance purposes, but you don't have to. It's just I'm on something that's pretty slippery because it's wood, so you know it's not so easy. And then, again, you 180. Now then, the thing that you're going to want to do is when you get up, you're going to want to go pretty slow, just in case you slide. Because there's something like this, look how easily it slides. I slide pretty easy on this, you know? So, next what we're going to do is a heel whip. So a heel whip is spinning the opposite way that you spin a normal whip and catching it with your heels. Not necessarily catching it, but landing it heel side. So you have to go like this. You have to kick it out in front of you, and you have to land it like that. Now then, a normal whip is really easy because you're spinning it the way that you feel most comfortable. That's what a normal whip is. A heel whip is the way that you're not comfortable. So it's the same thing with the whip, except you're going to go down first, then back, then up, and everything like that. It's the same thing as the whip, where you go down, straight, left, right, and then back. It's the opposite thing of that. You're just going to do it in reverse. You're going to pull it up, go 45, flat, 45, flat. Now then, the only thing with a heel whip is that if you don't land it, it could really hurt right in here. You know, I did that earlier today, and that's why I didn't go scootering right after school, but also because it rained and it's really wet outside. But I landed, I tried to land it, I threw it, my one foot slipped off, and it hit me right there. And there's a big bruise, and it was red, and it was bleeding, and it was terrible. I had no fun, it was not nice. I sat on the ground for like 5 minutes just going, that really hurt. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be very careful when you do this trick. For me, it's easiest off of a bank because you can throw it really slow. But also on the ground, what I do, you'll see I bring it out like this and then I flip it back. I pretty much go out and then back, just so that I can get that full rotation. I'll do it now. Alright, I'll do it now. So, as you saw, what I did is I pulled it out and smacked it back in. And then I caught it with both feet on the deck. Remember, since I ride ski, it's easier to hit your leg with your deck, going like that. So, be careful if you ride ski. If you ride like this or like that, whatever way you ride, that's okay, it's good. As long as if you ride ski, just be careful. Now then, next what we're going to do is we're going to do a clamp touch. What that is touching your hand to your clamp in the air. So what you need to learn how to do first is you need to learn, if you want to do it flat, you're going to learn to jump, take your one hand off, and if you saw I went forward a bit there, you want to learn not to do that because you'll get scared and everything like that. You want to pretty much bring it up, one hand off, and then back on. Sometimes people can do no hands off. That is amazing. I can't do that. So, after you get that one hand off, you're going to want to learn how to jump like that. As you saw, I jumped and I brought it towards me, like that. I jumped like that. The reason you're going to do that is because for one of those, you want to bring it towards you so you can hit it and then come back up to your bars. Even if you want, the way that I do it sometimes, if I'm doing it flat, I'll hit it and I'll drag my hand up the bar back to my grip. Just because then you have that easy momentum, you just got it. Because your scooter's going down while you're going up and you'll get there a lot faster. So, an easy way to try this is again, just jump, take your one hand off, put it back on. You can get that down, then you can do a clamp touch flat. So this is what a clamp touch flat looks like. As you saw, all I did was I took my hand off, I reached down, I got it, and I got back up. I'll show you one more time. Now then, what I did right there, if you saw, I missed grabbing it on the way up. You can still do that as long as you get it back on after. Remember that. You need to land it. You don't want to just be able to fling it and then not land it. You know, you don't want to just land like that with your hand on your clamp and be like, yeah, I did it, because you really didn't. So, remember that. If you can do those tricks, it's pretty easy for beginners. Those are some things. The clamp touch is a bit hard for people just because, you know, you are taking that one hand off, but remember, you need to learn how to take that hand off. It will be great for you when you're learning other tricks, like a deck grab, wheel tap, front wheel grab, anything like that, tuck no, anything. I can do all those because I started with a clamp touch. So remember, don't be scared, do all these tricks, commit, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully next time we'll be at the skate park. Thank you. See you guys later.